Hello and welcome to this crash course tutorial on how to use iron. The first thing we're going to do is open up OpenUTAU. Iron is optimized for OpenUTAU, but it's also compatible with regular UTAU if that's what you prefer. I recommend using OpenUTAU over regular UTAU for this specific reason. He's got voice colors. Wow, yay, it's like a standard now. If you drag in a UST and it has voice colors built in, if there's a strong pitch, I would recommend going ahead changing that to straight. If there's a soft pitch, keep it as soft, and the default is default, which is the same tone as straight. Once I click and open this, you can see that Iron has automatically optimized based on pitches and all that stuff. Easy peasy. Let's take a listen to what it sounds like.
If you want it.
It's a little choppy, which is kind of to be expected for Iron's specific voice type. We're not going for realism here. We're going for robot, because that's what he is. So if I just adjust that little transition right there, it'll make it a lot smoother.
If you want it.
Immediately better. So let's say I want to add an intake breath. First thing I'm going to do is go to colors, and then it opens up these windows. There is a shout pitch. It is not optimized at this point. It will be updated in the future. I'm going to click breaths, and then it'll change to A2B, which is the breath tone. So now, as soon as this renders,
if you want it.
If I want to take an outtake breath as well, I'll do the same thing.
If you want it.
So this is a little short, so I'm going to extend this phoneme a little bit. So we get that full outtake breath. I'm going to shift this back to where it was, right over here. Right over here. And so we should get the full outtake breath now.
If you want it.
So now, let's say I want to change it to the soft pitch. All I have to do is click, hold shift, and drag across. You can also manually pick and choose between.
If you want it.
Easy peasy. So that's step one of using Iron. Once you've done all your tuning and stuff, we're going to pull this file into Audacity. So let me export really quick. Okay, I have exported from OpenUTAU, and I'm ready to drag and drop in the files. So here they are in their magical stat. This is a blank track, so I don't need that. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is actually go into Iron's voice bank, because I have provided tools for you guys to use that'll make it really, really easy. So the first file is the expressions, which is just the prefix map settings for regular UTAU if you'd like to use it there. The second folder is the art, self-explanatory, and the third one is the mixing tools, and this is where we're going to spend our time today. So it's basically just a series of images, but they're in a specific order. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to Control D to duplicate the track. And then I'm going to click these dots and I'm going to make this into a stereo track. So now I'm going to open this first image, the filter curve. This filter curve filters out my specific mic's audio into a way that makes it more pleasing to the ear. It basically just takes out some of the frequencies that are a little bit loud and amplifies the ones that are a little bit soft, and then there's a low pass as well. So I already have this setting in here, so I'm going to go into filter curve. I'm going to go into filter curve. This is the setting that I just used, and I'm going to hit apply. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So that's step one. Step two is the raw compression. When I open up this file, this is what it looks like. It basically just gives you a couple of values that you can copy and paste in or type in manually, but it should be your default settings in Audacity. And you might be asking, why are you using Audacity as opposed to FL Studio or another mixing software? Well, not only is Audacity free, but Audacity recently got an update right here. The opportunity to do live real-time effects. And that's where this effects settings folder comes in. I recommend a minimum of 4 effect channels, maximum of infinite, but as many as your stuff can handle. So it does matter which order you put it in. So the first thing we're going to do is, as soon as it opens, is the compressor. Yes, I'd use 2 compressors. It does make a difference. So I'm going to hit compress. I'm going to go to pop vocals, which is the standard, and then I'm going to switch it from pop vocals over to pumping master. I'm going to make it a value of 4, and I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to add an effect, and the next one down would be the de-esser, which should be track 2, or effect channel 2. Let me verify that is correct. They're also color coded, which is convenient. So if I click this de-esser there, I'm going to go to male voice, and I'm going to turn that all the way up. In my speaking tones, high in the voice provider, have a lot of sharp S's. So we got to filter that out so it's not like in the mix. The next one, we're going to go to a noise gate. This is to filter out the engine noise that OpenUTAU creates in addition with the mic that I have. So immediately, if we stop there, we already sound pretty great.
If you want it.
It's much more clear than it was before. The other thing I like about this update is you can hit this button and it turns it off so you can get a nice feel.
If you want it.
Versus,
Take it. I should have said it before.
it's just much more fluid. It's much more clear. So the next thing I'm going to do is Effect Channel 4. This is our actual mix. There's two different ones because the vocal tones change from English to Japanese. So my vocal tone for English is a little bit brighter. So here's my settings. We go to Add Effect, VST3, Muse FX, and then we're going to go all the way down to Pro EQ. I'm going to hit this button, and I have the settings saved under 26 Iron English. Here we are. And that's going to make a big difference on the tone.
If you want it.
Immediately. The next thing I add is going to be the master. This is to kind of round out everything we've already done. And I'm once again going to use my pre-thing, but it's Clean Maximalizer on setting 4.
If you want it.
So we're bringing back those UTAU tones in there that we've filtered out a little bit. And the next one is kind of the effect channel. So this is the main stuff I use. The master is optional, but I go ahead and add it in there just because. These are the bass 5. So anything from here on out is honestly up to your style of the song. So for example, for Miss Ariana Grande, I wouldn't do this, but it's nice to have a little bit of thickness in the vocals. So
if you want it.
That's what it sounds like that. But if I crank this up,
if you want it.
So it depends on what you're going
Take
for
it.
in the song. I usually stick around 4 because that's kind of convenient. And then to add reverb, we actually go into Audacity's built-in settings. We go to reverb. I have a preset, which is again in the thing. So here's the UTAU lead. There's your settings. And now we have the reverb.
If you want it. Take it. I should just said it before. Try to hide it. Fake it. I can't pretend anymore.
Yep. So now that's your crash course on how to use Iron. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on OpenUTAU Forum or use the contact form in the site. Thank you so much for your interest, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.